Right, where do I start, guys? Well, let me say, part of this video today is because I've been getting a lot of comments about a delivery I did a few days ago in Petersburg, Indiana. And on that video, I kind of bashed some union guys, so I'm getting the static coming back. But just want to re-explain in case there was any confusion about it. First of all, now that I'm delivered and I'm out of there, I can open up a little bit more about some of the information. First of all, this delivery was at a solar panel farm. Previously, I guess they were cornfields, and they're converting them so the farmers there, or the land is never going to be not going to be harvested in the future for corn agriculture purposes, and now it's going to be the home of a solar farm, so that's going to be permanent there in the ground. Anyway, I made a delivery to a NextERA. That's NEXT capital ERA. They're a big player in the solar field. I believe they're out of the state of Florida, and they have projects around the country. Well, this project was there. It's called the Petersburg Solar. It's in the city of Petersburg, Indiana. Address I have is 2576 Indiana 57 North. Anyway, got over there to make my delivery originally for Friday, I believe it was the 8th. Yes, November 8th at 10 o'clock 9 o'clock in the morning, which I was there. There was about 5 trucks ahead of me being number 6. Later on, we waited at that site to get an escort because they were telling us that they were going to get offloaded at another location. I asked what the address was. They couldn't provide it. All they told me it was a cornfield about a mile away. So 2 trucks ahead of me. I was the 3rd truck on this little mini convoy escort of the 3 trucks, plus the pilot vehicle with, I guess, union representatives inside, or union workers on that site. So we go drive. It turns out to be about almost 5 miles, not 1 mile. Again, they didn't give me the address. I would have liked to put the address in GPS just to make sure it was road legal for trucks. Turns out it wasn't. One of the first turns we made leaving the contractor's office site said no trucks. Yet that's the road that the pilot vehicle took us down. Later on, come to find out, we had to make a couple turns, and the roads just getting a little bit more tighter there because, again, these roads were not designed for 18-wheeler trucks carrying 40,000-pound plus loads in the trailer. Keep that in mind. Anyway, we're following this little convoy, and we start making a few turns. Each turn becomes more difficult because the road is a asphalt road. It's not a concrete road, and again, it's not made for the weight of truck and trailers. Okay, normal cars, vehicles, you're good. Maybe small construction vehicles, small trailer, you're perfect. 18-wheeler, the long wheelbase between the trailer makes it very difficult. Anyway, we go ahead, and as we're getting close to the site, I'm going uphill, so I have to stop, do the axle lock on the drive tires, and then I'm looking. This is like a 90 degree hook turn with telephone poles in where we were supposed to turn. Okay, you also had the street sign, and you had a ditch on the right side, plus it was a residential property across the street with grass right on the edge of the road. Long story short, the first 2 trucks, there was a lot of repeat trucks there, so they were probably already familiar with that turn. I wasn't, so I had to approach it like it was a new destination, which it was. So I try to approach it the most safest way I can without having any issues of not staying on the road. Anyway, sped up. I'm the third vehicle. They already pulled up ahead. I approach. It's kind of like a snake curve with a 90-degree turn right onto another county road. Okay, as I'm approaching, I do my preparation before I approach the intersection or that area, and I shift over towards the right side with the trailer. Now keep in mind my tandems are all the way to the front on the trailer, so that's the best spot you want to be, because it's going to allow you to make those turns without, say, running across the corner of the ground. Anyway, make the right side turn okay. Now I'm doing the left side turn so I can swing back to the right to make this aggressive of a right turn. We weren't allowed to continue left. If we were, there was possibly an area where we could have turned around there and then go straight across without having to make that type of turn. Anyway, going to the left. As I get to the left, I'm being very careful with my tires on the edge of the left side of the road. Now, this road was not a normal 2-lane, one in each direction. It was a little bit more than a 1-lane road, where 2 vehicles could have got there, but one vehicle was going to come to a stop, and the other vehicle may have had to get off the road to go around. Anyway, when I make the left and I'm preparing to make the right turn, what happened is the pavement cracked. My tires of the back trailer were running along the edge of the road, and I think since we do have a double axle, part of the tire was on the edge. So what happens is the pavement actually cracked with the weight focused on it. When it cracked, there was a downward slope into the ditch, which caused the back of the trailer to go towards the ditch. So even though the truck, steers, and drive tires were completely on pavement, ready to make the right turn, that very sharp 90-degree turn, the trailer shifted into the ditch, and the ditch being in an angle pulled the trailer away from the road. Okay, and also, since it was in the ditch and the angle of the ditch and the road, the trailer was leaning, almost tipping into the left side ditch in that field. Okay, very, very upsetting, because it could have been avoided. And how? First of all, as soon as it happened, one of the workers there, I don't know if it was the Black and Veach union workers team, or part of the NextERA, but they immediately told me that the same thing happened yesterday. I was shocked to hear this. So the same thing happened, and they had to get a tow truck and everything. I was like, number one, why wasn't another route used if this already happened? Second, since it happened to me, is why wasn't the drivers informed to be careful that already had happened? So they were doing the blame game. Obviously, they're going to blame the driver. You know, the driver doesn't know what he's doing. You know, over 20 years experience, and I've never had that happen to me. Anyway, so I felt that they were liable for that towing bill. Now, I'm just a company driver, so I'm not footing that bill regardless, okay? I explained to my boss, and my boss understood, and he was aware, and they were working on getting a wrecker out there, and the whole crew there, mostly on the Black and Veach company there, they were undermining the whole situation. There was one gentleman, I'm just going to refer to him by his first name. I'm not going to mention his last name, but his name was Victor. He was the receiver supervisor there, overseeing the receiving of the product and offloading. Okay, they were all basically undermining everything, not working together to fix the problem, because now that my truck was in that ditch, it was blocking that road, so trucks that were behind me could not get offloaded, and the trucks that were in front of me could not leave to come back down that same road. So, got to be on the same page. The quicker I'm out of that situation, the sooner that road is freed up. So became a pointing game and blaming who, and they wound up calling the towing, but they were refusing to pay for it. And I made it clear to them. I said, listen, I'm a company driver. If you're calling the towing company, number one, I don't know who you called. Could have been Joe Schmo Towing. It could be your brother-in-law who's running a towing company and going to charge whatever they wanted to charge, and the little money under the table. I'm not saying that was happening, but it's going through my mind as a possibility, okay? I'm from the Northeast, and a lot of shady stuff like that can happen. Anyway, I'll explain to them, and they just didn't care about nothing other than getting that path cleared so they can continue doing what they're there for. Okay, so finally they understand. I had to get the police involved there so they could document it, that these people had me going down a truck road that was not legit for trucks. So my understanding was part of their permits and stuff, I guess they paid enough money to somehow buy permission to allow trucks to go down the road. Now, you're getting the permission that you can allow trucks, but keep in mind, the road is not fit to have 18-wheeler trucks loaded with over 40,000 pounds in the box. So turns out they're also responsible for that road. So the damage that happened to that road at some point in time, they're going to need to fix. And the first guy on the scene there, the way of fixing it was they thought that they wanted to find out for the landowner that the tires, the trailer tandem ditch was on. They wanted to find out if they could get permission from that landowner, if he would allow them just to dump gravel rocks in there, and stiffen it up, and everything will be okay. All right, that's a little bit late for that. Maybe you should have thought about that after the first truck went in there. Later on, I found out another truck got stuck at one of the other entrances. So now this is the third truck within 2 days. One the previous day, me the second day, and that other vehicle the second day, being number 3. Okay, so anyway, we get the truck out of the ditch. The tow wrecker comes by, and they're not cheap. They do one of those ice road trucker salvages where they lift up the trailer with the cables, with the wheels swinging in the air, and pivot it, put it back on terra firma, and we're good. And I was able to make that turn. They told me that they were going to unload me. They were going to do everything they can to unload me. It was about 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Keep in mind, the union guys work till 5, okay? So they're going to unload me. Everything's kosher, no problem. We're going to move forward, right? That's what the ears want to hear. But what was on the mind was something different. So they were talking like they wanted to get everything done. But that's when the union, I felt, and part of NextERA, there said, hey, let's jerk the guy around now. And that's what happened, okay? Or at least that's what I feel. Was it their intent? They may say no, but my mind, scouting the area and situation, and all the people that were involved, it wasn't really professional atmosphere. Anyway, about 3:30, we're done. We get pulled out, and they tell me, hey, we're going to unload you. We're waiting for your pilot escort to come. One pickup truck goes by. I stop them. No, I'm not your escort. Another one comes by. Nope, they're going to the job site. They're not. About third. The fourth guy that finally comes talks to that guy, Victor. Got a nice pickup truck. I think it was a Dodge. Nice pickup truck. Mr. Victor takes off, and he was the guy supposed to oversee receiving and sign it. He takes off. So that was the sign I knew. Before he takes off, One of the guys' name, I'm just going to say John. He was a pretty cool guy. Hey, my name is John, so he's got to be cool, right? Anyway, tells me that, hey, we got to see how many donuts it's going to take to convince these union guys to stay, and how many dozens and all this. And I'm like a little confused. So it sounds like he's handling it. He's not asking me for anything, but he's mentioning how many donuts is it going to take for these union guys to stay, because it's Friday and they leave at 5, but it's 3:30. They're still on the regular clock. So I'm being delayed there, delayed. Now it's 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock. And he's already telling me that, hey, they didn't say no yet, that they're not going to unload you, meaning the union guys there of Black and Veach. But they didn't say yes either. So I'm still trying to work for you and find out what it's going to take. I'm going to try to convince them to stay, and such as doing him a favor, to do me a favor, get us unloaded, and the wheels turn, and the world is happy, you know. So he tells me he leaves and he's going to come back. Another half hour, comes back. Okay, when he comes back, it's already around, I think, close to 4. And he tells me, you know what, I don't know yet. They didn't say no, but the guy is going to come to me and talk to me. And he was prepping me. Don't argue with the guy. If they say no, don't. But so I'm thinking positive that we're going to get unloaded because it's before 5. What would be the purpose of saying no? So now I'm being told by him that they only offload 12 trucks a day, that I'm number 13. So now he's pushing the responsibility that it's on me. I got there 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm truck number 6. There's 5 trucks ahead of me. All of a sudden, I went from being 6 to number 13. So I'm the odd man out. So anyway, Mr. Josh, I forget what the guy's name. I know his last name. We'll just call him Mr. H. He comes by, and he's part of the crew that unloads, I would imagine. And he tells me, you know what? We're not going to unload you today. I'm like, you're not? He says, he told me there's still other trucks behind me that are still waiting to get escorted. So I'm already in front of them, and I've been in front of them because I was truck number 6. That they're waiting to get unloaded, unloaded, and that's going to be it. So it's Friday, the 8th, November 8th. So I'm like, so what's going to happen? I got to wait till Monday? He goes, oh no, it's not going to be Monday. So I'm thinking maybe Saturday, because he told me he's working. He goes, no, we don't unload trucks on Saturday. I guess it didn't work Sunday. Turns out Monday they do work, but it was a holiday, Veterans Day, so I was expecting. So they told me Tuesday. So we go Friday the 8th, Saturday the 9th, Sunday the 10th, Monday the 11th, Tuesday the 12th. Okay, 5 days lost. So now I get there for 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Okay, they have 3 trucks left. I'm part of, I think I'm the 5th truck again, okay, because they don't allow you to get there early to the construction site office area. That's where you're supposed to initially meet. And that's the address that's at 2576 Indiana 57 North. Indiana 57. It's not the highway, but it's, I guess, a state road or U.S. highway. State road, it basically is. In Petersburg, Indiana, 47567. So they tell me, no, we're going to definitely take you. You're number 5, no problem. We got you. Tuesdays as the makeup days, shouldn't be no issues. So I'm there from 9, 10. Now they go ahead and send me with the escort to the same route where trucks ain't supposed to go, the same spot, but they let everybody know, hey, There's been an issue there in the past. We had truck stop to be careful. And what they were going to do is they had one of their guys stop, come out of the pickup truck, and stand in that ditch zone area where that ditch was, and supposedly watch him. Guy didn't do so good of a job, but I already knew that I needed to overcompensate, swing to the right side before that S turning to make it. So I didn't make it, no problem. So we get there, and he's telling me to stage, that we're gonna back up. Okay, this, you know, you think they'd make a temporary road better so trucks could spin around, especially after you unload. That's not the process. You gotta back down a road, pull in, back down, turn left, back. You know, it's like crisscross puzzle over there. Anyway, I get there, and they have 2 more trucks unloading. They unloading, and I'm watching the clock. 10 o'clock there. Remember, I got there at 9. 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30, and they get done. It's 12 o'clock. So I already was preparing myself. Union, I already knew these guys were going to go to lunch. I didn't know how they were going to do it, if they were going to have another shift, because you keep seeing them bringing new employees back and like changing shifts and all that stuff. Nope. They had their vehicles, 12 o'clock, they hop in, they don't say nothing, they cut out for lunch. Now, I knew it was going to happen. You know, I wasn't shocked. I was just watching to see if there was any common courtesy. They were going to say anything. They didn't when they left. Gets back to around close to 1 o'clock. I guess their hour lunch is done. All of a sudden, I see a truck coming, a pickup truck coming with the workers. They're beeping the horn, blasting. The guy's literally hanging out the window, screaming to start to move it. All of a sudden, it's like, hurry up and wait. And now it's hurry up again. Okay, been waiting, you know. So let them get up there, you know, and move the truck in position. There was another truck behind me. So how they were going to unload is they were going to make me go straight up a hill, park, and that other truck was going to go behind me. They were going to unload him. He was going to back down. I'm going to back down, and they were going to unload me there, you know. So took more than a half an hour that they said to unload, because each piece was going to have to get unloaded using, I don't know if it's called a front loader or not, but it's one of those construction vehicles that has like a extension ladder with forklifts in it, and that's what they were grabbing to grab it and pull them one at a time, and then they would put it on the ground, and then another construction equipment, you know, 4-wheel forklift, I guess, and they would hook to it with a strap and lift it up, and then go bring it on the dirt somewhere where they were stacking them up. So I had a total of 15 pallets, got that all done, you know, and just to really realize you needed union guys to unload the truck. I don't think that was, so I don't know, but I asked the guy, and he said he was in union. I mean, I can understand having the union workers, the electricians and stuff, but why not have somebody else unload it? I don't know if that was part of the contract, but again, they stressed that these guys only do 12 trucks a day, and that's it. They're not going to do nothing more. And if they can get done inconveniencing trucks so they don't have to unload, like what happened to me, that's what they did. Okay, so the company's still working on getting compensated by that broker who handled it, because lost like 5 days total. I know they're not going to be fair about it, but I'm going to get something for it. And just really, really sad. That's where my animosity comes towards, where they didn't work together. You had the receiver, which was, again, NextERA Solar Company. And then you had the workers there, Black and Veach, you know. And so Black and Veach is the worker side, and NextERA owns the solar panels, and I guess they're running the farm and stuff. So those two work together. And then me, the truck driver, the outsider. So I'm the punching bag. You know, I mean, literally being disrespected. one of the foremans there telling me, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. He's telling me where to stand, okay? He's telling me to go put pants on me, well, I had sweatpants, long pants. He's telling me to, at that time, I was driving, so I wasn't on the work site, and I still wasn't, about my footwear. He wanted me to change my footwear, okay? Thing is, I wasn't on the job site yet. I'm on a county road, public road there, and he just talking down to me in front of the other guys. I had enough at that time that I literally called the cops. Cops came there and they took the report that these guys had me go down that road. So I wanted to get that, so in case my boss needed to do something civil regarding the towing fees that were involved, he could have that report to show that police officer verified the situation. Okay, there was really no property damage other than to the road, which that company is responsible for. So I believe that's NextERA is going to be responsible to pay to get that fixed. Other than that, nobody was hurt. Equipment really wasn't damaged. The load wasn't damaged because it was secured. That's another good thing. Make sure you secure your load inside. And we were good. But they overextended themselves to make sure they were going to screw with me. And like I said, I'm just a company driver. They screwed with my boss. We had another load that Friday. And the guy, John, was assuring me, hey, you're not pissed off. You're not going to walk off. You're not going to leave. You are going to unload? Okay, that's what we want to hear, because we're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can. And it was a facade. It was yap, 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 yap. Anyway, just really wanted to vet. I hope those people that did comment on the other video listen to this. And for you trolls out there, because there's a bunch of them, and honestly, I think it was part of the work site crew over there trying to troll and make stupid comments. And it is frustrating, but I've made adjustments to the comments that I don't like to edit the comments and pick and choose. But if something's clearly being trolled there, and it's going to confuse the issue, because the latest comment kind of like stays around, and it's going to give people who may not have took the time to watch the whole video not the right idea. And that's what trolls do. They like to confuse the issue. Trolls are kind of like, I don't like to put political parties in, but they're kind of like the Democrats. They try to make it sound like they're doing everything to line up the ducks in a row, but meanwhile, they're undermining everybody, and confusion, chaos works to their advantage. Okay, because if they say the truth, everybody will know. But when the lie, they can't say the truth, which is a lie, then everybody will know. So confusion and chaos, and keep everybody misinformed, like the fake news. So I apologize. I shouldn't have put political parties in it, but that's how it helped me best explain it. So what I would do, this is me, if my boss offered me this load again to go deal with, NextERA out of Petersburg, Indiana, I wouldn't. It wasn't worth it. We lost money. We weren't treated fairly. We weren't treated with respect. And I'm pretty sure probably the company heads of that company, that's not how they operate. But when you have your workers, okay, who are representing you, and they're off some job site, and upper management is not there to see and hear how they communicate and talk to, we all should have been partners. Okay, hey, let's get the job done. Focus together. There's a simple saying: if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And they were clearly part of the problem. The only solution they wanted to do is get me out of the way. Okay, and when I was still there, they had control of possible causing us more financial heartache and grief, especially after the loss of time and towing involved. Just sad. This is how people get the rocks off. Not everybody's positive. Those guys are miserable there. I could tell. I got there and the weather was getting a little bit cold, so those guys are stuck there. They have to work there, and there's going to be snow coming up. You think they want to hear about it's snow? You can't work. It's a little too cold. Put your big man long johns on, man, because you guys are going to be working in the cold, freezing your ass off. You know, all they had was one porta potty there, okay? And fortunately for me, I had to use it, and I made sure I brought my own paper products. There's no running water. There's nothing there for an emergency, okay? No food catering truck comes out there. You know, people are going to be working there. There was absolutely no seating there. These guys have to stand the whole time. The only time they get to sit down is when they walk over to the pickup truck or driving around. So those guys, you know, I heard that they got over 500 more loads coming in there. So if you're considering to be one of those 500 trucks that are rethinking, you know, do what you got to do. Put food on your table, keep your wheels turning. But guys, I got jerked around there. It could have been you. How would you have taken it? 5 days there, you know, and not being respected on top of that, and your time ain't worth nothing, and you're nobody. You know why? Because they got 500 more trucks coming, so they could treat you bad. But I mentioned this in the other video. Just imagine this. What if us truck drivers were unionized, okay? Think about that a second. We had any grievance, we call up our union rep or the foreman. Hey, the office. Hey, this job site, man, is screwing around with me, okay? I'm here. It's before 5 o'clock. They told me they were going to unload me, and now they're dancing around. They're jerking us around, man. They're costing us money. We're here since 9 in the morning, and it's past 4 o'clock. That wouldn't be happening. I said in another video, and I'm going to say it now. Recently, they had the dock workers strike happen on the East Coast. They controlled a lot of the docks and ports. I think even to Texas, so up and down the East Coast of Texas. Now, the way that union representative talked, to be honest with you, it's a little rough. You know, it was a little ghetto and tough, bullying. But long story short, he represented those union dock workers, and they had to go on strike to let everybody know they were serious. And he went out there and explained that nothing moves without the dock workers. All that stuff they order from China, what other country it's coming from, it's going to stay at that port, you know? But I heard the Governor DeSantis out of Florida, he was signing an executive order there for the state that the National Guard was going to come in there and take over the port of Florida. So, don't know if that's true or not, but that was the only leg that they had to stand on to fight that union strike. Long story short, they did agree to end the strike, and that union got all the demand for its workers and members, and they went on back with business. That's what we need here in trucking. We need, you keep hearing OIDA, right? I don't know everything about it, but keep hearing, join, it's $25 a year and become a member, and we're going to help fight for it. Why don't it become a union for us? Okay? Well, maybe they can't say the word union, but be that kind of representative for us. Okay? Because they have the connection with all owner-operators and stuff. And we could kind of talk, you know, I don't want to mislead anybody of planning and all that, but we can talk. And we can talk, hey, what's happening to me over here? What's happening to me over this part of the country with this shipper or receiver? This. And we could just say, we're not refusing to load or unload, but we can pick and choose. We're not mandated who the shippers and receivers are. So we could get to choose those. Okay? So we need to choose correctly. And if we choose the right ones that are treating us with respect, we're getting detention when it calls for and we qualify. We're getting delay and we're offloading in a timely manner. The normal window is 2 hours. I don't mind giving up 2 hours for free. Get me loading in 2 hours, get me unloading in 2 hours. And I can plan in that time frame to go ahead and secure my next load, whether it's going to be the same day or the next day. So just think about that. We pick and choose the right shippers and receivers who are not screwing us, the driver, around. Just think how far that can go. So all those places, and we document it, okay, that's where the driver needs to step up and say, hey, this shipper receiver is not favorable to drivers. It's simple as that. And then the good ones, hey, they're treating me with respect. They're treating me with my time is valuable. I'm in and out of here at these times. Okay, so when enough of that information gets out there, because everybody's thinking about a new app, a new business, whatever. So think about, they have information like where's the next truck stop, where's the next CAT scale, where's the next weight station, where's the next parking. Imagine if somebody develops an app to say the good shippers and the problem shippers and receivers. So the good shippers and receivers and the problem shippers and receivers. Think how much money that information will be worth. People would sign up for that type of membership. So, that's what we need. I mean, truck stops are charging us parking and we need that. So charge us for information we need. So now we're not saying no, we're just choosing other loads. Is that illegal? I don't know. Just saying, there's 2 loads. You can't force me to take that load. I want this load. So if everybody did that, guess what? The lovely state of Florida, where I'm from, all those shippers and receivers, worse, the brokers who kind of like, the drivers and owner-operators on the rates leaving Florida, it won't happen because we'll just know, hey, that's not a reputable broker. Okay, that's another information should be on that. Hey, this broker, we should be able to leave comments, right? If a broker treated us great, we got paid, we didn't get shortchanged, they paid for our lumper, they paid our detention, anything like that, should be able to give them a thumbs up. And then the real information will be available to the people who need it. The truckers, the owner-operators, who are deciding which load A or load B or possibly C. So when that starts to happen, the brokers are going to be, oh shit, man, drivers are staying away from us and our bad loads. Man, I'm going to lose this account with this shipper or this receiver because the word is getting out that I keep screwing the driver. So they're going to know the shipper receiver and they're going to know the broker. Oh, man, what am I going to do? Double broker it? What can I do with this game? And all that stuff. So the honest brokers, those are going to be the winners because those are going to be the owner-operators looking for the truck drivers. They're going to want to deal with them. And clear. I mean, I deal with brokers now. They don't want to answer the phone. They hide from you. All they want to know, hey, track, put it on your phone, do this, do that, and as soon as they hear the load's delivered, oh, send me a copy of it and whatnot. They stop answering your phone, stop answering the text, they stop answering your email messages. You know what, I'm sure you've been into that circus, that monkey circus, keep getting switched around, the 3-ring circus, so all that can be resolved. Okay, OIDA, I challenge you to fix that. Get involved. Okay, I'm sure you're going to get a lot more members to want to pay that monthly or annual membership, and then you're really representing us. Okay, represent or be a consultant. That's a better word. Membership to be consulted by OIDA. Okay. I don't know how long it's been. I guess it's coming up actually on 40 minutes. So we started on one subject and we kind of leaned in something else. I hope for all those people that stuck around, I really appreciate it. I pat you on the back. That's what we need, that you're curious and want to learn and be part of. For all the new guys here, you know, you're probably maybe not understanding a little bit about this because you got a little bit tunnel vision because you're still new and you're worried about picking up a load and delivering and stuff and not reeling all who are the all players in here. So, guys, I strongly recommend liking and subscribing to my channel. It helps out, you know, it helps the algorithm, and we get more notoriety. Can't say that word. And the word will get out there. So if enough people are able to see this, maybe something changes. Okay, Oida, listen up. I hope you've been taking some notes, man. That's what we need. We need somebody that cares to be a good consultant for the truck drivers and owner-operators in the trucking business, okay? So, as always, guys, stay blessed. Please, you know, have a DOT, unionized, free day. No knocks on the union, guys, but you guys just, you know, you guys really kick it where it hurts to us. Okay, so you guys got to treat the truckers with respect. We're part of the team, you know. Anyway, God bless. Be safe. I'm out.